Hello everyone, Scott here. Welcome back to Storytime. Today we're reading I Saw an Ant on the Railroad Track by Joshua Prince. Well, I saw an ant on the railroad track. The rail was bright, the ant was black. He was walking along, tickety-tack. That's the sound of an ant on a railroad track. Now this little ant was in search of a snack, an eastbound ant on a westbound track, looking for a crumb or a nut to crack on the shiny bright rail of a railroad track. And who am I? I'm Switchman Jack, just working my shift in the switchman's shack. I switch the trains from track to track as east goes west and forth goes back. I just settled down with my brown lunch sack, napkin spread, lunch unpacked, when I spied that ant on the railroad track. Hungry, hunting, tickety-tack. Now an eastbound ant will run right smack into a westbound train on a westbound track, if the switchman working the switchman's shack doesn't switch that ant to a different track. Just then a sound, I was taken aback. My ears filled not with tickety-tack, but with a clear as crystal clickety-clack. That's the sound of a train coming down the track. And on the horizon, sure as shellac, was a freight train freighting down the track, heading straight for the ant walking tickety-tack. 10 tons of iron, coal pitch black. Now what to do? Think quick. Think, Jack. Before that train, an ant go whack. So I grabbed the switch and dropped my sack, pulled with my arms, pulled with my back. But the train kept coming toward my shack. The deal was raw, the deck was stacked. The ant kept walking, tickety-tack, straight towards the train on the railroad track. Still closer charged the swift smokestack, a huffing, hurling, clouds of black, as I pulled and prayed for the strength I lack to switch the switch on the railroad track. But the switch was stuck. Oh, ruin to rack! Those cold steel wheels would soon attack that wrong way ant on the way wrong track, just out a-searching for a snack. Then, just before the awful smack, that ant turned off the railroad track, made a beeline for my brown lunch sack, as the train whooshed by, screaming clickety-clack. Saved, uncrushed, alive, off track, an ant-sized pat upon the back, for poise and presence and the knack of sniffing out a switchman's snack. So we've lunched together, Ant and Jack. The end. Thanks for joining me again. Now we'll pop on over to Roni for an amazing craft.
Hi everyone. So excited to see you all again here at the Colorado Railroad Museum. Getting ready to do our craft for I Saw an Ant on the Railroad Track. I'm sure you enjoyed the book. The pictures are just so much fun and the story is just so funny. And so what we're going to be doing is we are going to make an ant on the tracks. And I'm going to show you what we need. First of all, we need some black paper. That's going to be our ant. I found the top of a milk carton thing, so I thought that would be a good size to make a circle. But you can use anything you find. We need glue, scissors, a white crayon for tracing, some markers if you want to make things along the railroad track. Be handy to have a paper clip of some sort, tape, a magnet, and like a popsicle stick or maybe even like a coffee stir. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to make 3 circles out of this. I'm holding it. I'm going to go around. And this, I'm going to make a little extra room to cut it. Okay. Usually what I like to do is cut them out and make them a little bit easier to cut. Again, don't throw that paper away. There's lots of other things you can make with it. In fact, we're probably going to use some of this paper to make it this ant's legs. Okay, so slowly, carefully. I was reading this book, I kept thinking that you'd have to have really good eyes to see an ant on the railroad track, because I wouldn't be able to see it. There you go. And one more. Okay. Now right away, I'm going to have you probably cut the legs out of here by just making strips. If I did just right, I think we just need 3. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put our ant together. So, with your glue, go ahead and put a little glue on one side and put one dot halfway on it. Take the other side, glue it, put half the dot on the other side. There we go. Now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put a lot of glue in his belly on the opposite side. And we're going to crisscross. I know his legs are going to look a little short. You can definitely make them longer. That's okay. And since this is going to be in the middle, let's put a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to hold it like that for just a little bit. Make sure it sticks. And when we flip him over, he's going to look like an ant. I know he looks like a spider, but it's an ant. And there he is. There's your ant. Okay, now we need a railroad track. So I wanted him to do a lot of walking. So I got 2 pieces of construction paper, or a stiffer kind of paper like cardstock, and then we can make the track that way. You can make a wavy track, or you can make a straight track. And I think I have, yes, I have a black marker. You can use any color you want. This is your track. So I'm going to make a little bit of a wavy track. And kind of bring it as close as you can and try to follow the same exact line. I know I have a hard time doing this, so there. And don't forget, you need to put ties. The sound of the marker almost sounds like choo, choo, choo. Okay. You have your track. Now if you really want, and there's lots of things you can do, you can put some flowers, you can put trees, you could put just rocks. But the most important thing I am going to put in here, because in the book I think he's eating some kind of a sandwich. I thought it was a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm going to put a peanut butter jelly sandwich here. And I like grape jelly, so I'm putting grape jelly in there. And it's squishing out. It's a peanut butter sandwich without squishy jelly. Okay. Now, one more thing now that the track is all done, we're going to put that aside for a minute too. Now remember, we had that popsicle stick or tea stir or coffee stir, and we had a magnet. So this might be a mommy or big brother, sister, daddy, grandma, whoever is going to help you. You're going to take your stir, and then you're going to have them help you with glue gun. Glue guns can be kind of dangerous, so have somebody help you with this. Just put a little bit of glue at the end, and then put the magnet on. And when the magic is going to start, watch. So now we have our ant. We're putting on the paper clip. We're going to take our train track. We're going to put our ant on the track. We're going to have our coffee stir, and we're going to put this underneath the paper, and we're going to make him go on the track. Okay? And then make him go straight to that peanut butter sandwich. And he's eating it. I think it's a peanut butter sandwich that saves him from getting run over by the train. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our craft that goes with I Saw an Ant on the Railroad Track. I know I really did, and I'm probably going to play with it more later. Thanks again. I look forward to seeing you again next month doing story time and craft at the Colorado Railroad Museum. Bye.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Commenting and sharing in particular may qualify as virtual engagements for important funding programs like the SCFD.